Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Another stream. Another stream. Thank you for coming. Thank you to all the people who are watching already. Thank you to the people who are coming, who will be coming shortly. Thank you to the people who are not coming. Thank you to me. Okay, I got a little bit tired. I got a little bit tired. I went and had my tea, which is a funny thing to call dinner because it's just like it's rotten leaves in a glass is not exactly food. But I had steak. I had steak and eggs, which I didn't have for breakfast, and which if I were busy, I wouldn't eat at all. That's the thing about me. If I was busy, that's how I know I've got an eating disorder. I have an eating disorder. Do we have eating disorders? We know we do. I have eating. Stay right there. I've got to get my eyeglasses. Here we go. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Steak and eggs. That's what I eat. I eat raw steak and I did not eat raw eggs today. I scrambled them. But normally I eat raw egg yolks. I eat five. Basically, I eat about 200 grams of beef. That's a lie. Maybe 160, 180. I used to eat 200 of beef in the morning, and now I eat can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello. So Janet is here and Andy is here. Hello, Andy. Hello, Andy. Good to see MC Scott. MC Scott. More Andy. You don't have to have a million comments, but all right. Whatever you want to do is all right with me. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Okay. We're headed for war. We're headed for war. We're headed for war. Hold on a second. We're headed for war in Iran. We're headed for war in Venezuela. We're headed for war in Greenland. We're headed for war in the Ukraine, and we're there already. All right, we could talk about that. It's not a happy thought. Hello, Carrie B, beautiful Carrie B. And she met a friend. She met a girl who was her birthday was the same birthday as whatever, same year, same year. Does that make you feel? Does that give you something to feel in common? Lewis, when I get richer, I will get this channel to 6 million. I think we're already up to 42 million. Aren't we up to 42 million subscribers? 42 million. Paul Yoward is here. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? He is here. Darklands is here. Darklands. We are doing really well. Darklands. Joodles. Is Joodles here? Are you here, Joodles? Come and say hello. Come and say hello. I don't know. It says that you're one of the top. Janet is here too. I'm just going over the names here. Janet, that you're one of the top fans, Joodles. Darklands, there's Darklands there. And top fans. Okay, not that it matters. Anyway, so that's what I have for breakfast. What do you have for breakfast? I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Because I did not have very many carbs today, I had 20 grams. That's a tiny little scoop. I don't know what a scoop. 20 grams. 20 grams. If it were milk, it would be like 70 milligrams of oats. I cook the oats. I put a lot of butter in there, like 13 grams of butter, and I put some milk and 1 teaspoon of sugar, which I did not put in my thing here. So I've done all right. I haven't done great, but I have done all right. All right. Um, okay. Well, Cuba. I forgot that we're going to go to war with Cuba. I mean, supposedly Colombia is agreeing to American terms, whatever that means. Because what Donald Trump is thinking, and a lot of people don't understand this, Donald Trump is taking on the EU. He's taking on the globalists. He is taking on the Russians. He's taking on the Iranians. He's taking on the Muslims. He's taking on the Chinese. He's taking on everybody. You got to give the guy credit for taking on people. He's fighting for America. Could you get sponsorship from the glasses manufacturer? Well, actually, I kind of did. I did for years. Oliver Peoples, they used to provide me with glasses. A great guy, David, used to provide me with glasses. And I used to wear them back in the day. But you know what? I don't want to wear glasses. It's an admission that I have been a failure, that I shouldn't wear glasses. I can see without them, and I've got to train my eyes. Train my eyes better. I trained my eyes to see distance, and then somehow I forgot about it. Is it raining outside where you are? It's raining here. Okay, Mr. Cuff is here. Hello, fellow nutters. That's what's his name would say that too. Okay. What was oats concoction? Porridge with butter, with 1 teaspoon of sugar, and milk. And milk. I mean, it's just sugary. It's delicious. It's delicious. You know, I mean, it's not, I mean, I'm not saying plant food is bad. I'm just saying it's bad for you. It makes you fat. I don't know whether you can see how good looking I am. I'm still at 76 pounds. I woke up this morning. 76.8 pounds. Excuse me, it's kilos. I forgot what currency I'm using. 76.8. And then I went to the party today, and they're guys my age, and they look horrible because they're fat. They're fat. They're fat. Light rain in Southampton, 7 degrees Celsius. That's winter. It's called November in America. January here, it's called November in New York. It's rainy and miserable. And but then when the sun comes out, everything's going to be all right. We've already turned the corner. I mean, it's going to be good times ahead. I mean, it's going to be good times ahead. Okay. Oats with water taste hardly different than with milk. Yeah, but it doesn't have calories. It doesn't have animal fat in it. It doesn't have animal protein in it. What party? The party the film that I went to today. I called it a party. Temperature at my desk is 14 degrees. Humidity 52%, says Scott. Okay, now I got to find out what mine is. Temperature at my desk here in Studio 1 is can you see that? Is 24 degrees, 40% humidity. Okay? And let's do this one is hard to see. I don't know, you probably can't see this. This is upside down. Let me see if I can do it this way. 41% humidity, 24 degrees. What is 24 degrees? Does anybody know what that? Where did my phone go? Oh, rat. What did I do with my phone? Did you guys see my phone? I didn't have my phone. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. That's pretty warm, 24 degrees. It was the film. It was the Joe Bohr film. Yeah, I used to. Yes, he's dead now. Was a doorman in St. Andrew's Hospital Social Club. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about, MC Scott? It's 11 degrees in Dartmoor. That's pretty warm. That's pretty warm, you know? It's warm for winter time, Britain. If we were in Russia, if we were in the refrigerator, it would be a lot colder. It would be much, much cold. What did I think? What did I say that I was going to look up? 24 degrees is roughly 78 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Yes, it is. I want to thank Southern Council for that. I want to thank Southern Council. Southern Council for heating up its council blocks because those are houses that for people that vote for them. They don't want to make those people unhappy. 78 degrees. Should a flat be 78 degrees? I don't think so. 24 times 9. Stuart H is here. 24 times 9.99 fifths. plus 32 degrees. Gets you Fahrenheit. Okay. No, I don't understand how that works. 9/5. How does that work? Oh, it has been rainy and windy down here, Vatanai, more than last Thursday and Friday. It's been a very rainy time. Well, that's what global warming is. Global warming is when things get cold and they tell you that things are getting hot. That's global warming. Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead is dead. Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead is dead. Oh, rest in pieces, Carrie B. I would not say that I was a Grateful Dead supporter or fan or like the music. So, I mean, it is a bit sad. How old was Bob Weir? Can I guess? Was he 78? I know this month to heat my place to 17 degrees is going to cost £400, Paul Yoward. Yeah, because you own your place. So you're a capitalist pig. And you should have your place taken away from you. We shouldn't have private property. What do you want? You want sympathy from me? You're basically abusing people. Isn't that what they say about people who own stuff? $24 times what is 9? What is 9? What is 9/5? What does that mean? How do you figure out? Let me just see. 20. What did I say this was? 24.2. 24.2 Celsius in Fahrenheit. 75.5 degrees. Let's see what it would be. 24.5. 75 degrees. 76 degrees. 76 degrees. Never heard a thing by Grateful Dead. But their fame transcends that. Yeah. I'm trucking down Cusco way. I'm trucking down and down. Warmelian said it was 24/7. Okay, so what is 24/7? Yeah, it's 24.5. Whatever. Don't be so technical. Don't be so. Oh, I see. So you take 24. Okay, I didn't understand what that meant. 24.5 times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. 76 degrees. That's really great. My phone is great. Joodles is here. There was a protest in Southwark yesterday. A woman complained a man was in her changing room at the leisure center and they banned the woman. Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, what are we supposed to say to that, Joodles? We're against it. Assalamu Buck Bacon, fellow comrades, says Joodles. Why is Lewis talking about communist theory? I don't even remember, but I did mention something about that. I don't know what was I talking about. I forgot. You would get on in New York now with Mandami and that ginger woman hating on my place. I mean, I don't know what would I get on? Would I get on with it? I don't know. I'm going to put my glasses on, make it easier for me. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Of course, the Troons, joined by Unison Trade Unions. A lot of the counselors are Unison workers, or they work in the home office of Unison, turned up the counter protest to drown out the woman. Well, we should have been there. You should have told me. I would have been there. Two large men. I know. Well, let's look at the thing. That's what this interspatial facial thing is. What should I look for? I should look at Lewisham. Hold on, don't go anywhere. No, sorry, Southwark woman leisure center Man in bathroom. Okay, let's see what it says. Mum band. Was this yesterday? It says this is from December. There was an article in the Telegraph. There was an article on GB News. Unison branch organizes counter protest. The safest. I objected to a man using my gym's women's rooms. Facebook writes. Woman banned from council. Guess why? Southwark Council broke Southwark. Southwark, this is my council. Are you asking me to do something? To do something. I don't know what I can do. What I can do. I don't know what I know what I could do. Leisure Center called the police on one woman with a hand-sewn red flag banner. I don't know what this means. What does it mean? Explain more, Joodles. Southwark, in the meaning of lift by Douglas Adams, is an anagram of Newark with the left hand. I don't understand what that means either. I'm just so saddened by the state of the world, Joodles. This is Warmelian. Next, they'll be trying to stop us mutilating children. Yes. I mean, the problem is lots of women support this because they're be kind, be nice, don't make trouble, women. And you know what the George Orwell said about women. Bill Puttock, who was a 4-time Britain's strongest man, a 4-time England's strongest man competitions MC, Scott, was an aforementioned person. I don't know what's that in reference to. I better focus on this. My mind is all over. I would love to own my own home. Well, you'd be a capitalist, fascist, imperialist using your white privilege against poor people. I'm just so saddened. Okay, here you go. Lewis, your patience is legendary. How is my patience legendary? I can't believe that poor woman had to tolerate that bigot complaining about her. It's so awful. I mean, it's interesting because it's like men are using the language that women have used for years. I mean, the truth is, and I'm going to say this, and Joodles is going to get mad at me because she just is going to get mad at me. But I'm going to say something, is that, and I agree with Joodles on this. I don't think, I think there should be women's rooms and men's rooms. And I think there should be men's places and women's places. Let's talk about men's places, like work, like sports, like whorehouses. I don't know what there could be men's work. But this is what happens when people lie, when they express that a belief. They express a belief, and it has to be taken to its logical, common, longest something or other. Something or other. Are you on 7 properties? You're a bad person. A bad person. You're denying 7 people homes. My parents own their own home, and we considered Eastern despots coming here to exploit the West of the British proletariat. Yes, that's true. You are. You're destroying the wealth of everyone. You should not own. People shouldn't be owning any property. Property is theft. Or what is the saying? The place, Southwark, is assigned the meaning of of a left-handed, like a southpaw is a left-handed boxer. A liff. Is that an old phrase, liff? You seem like the Rackman type, Andy. Why? Because he's a Jew? I mean, if they're for sale, they're for sale. They're for sale. They're for sale. Darklands. We didn't need to wear T-shirts with the "Be Kind," Mr. Cuff says, in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. We knew how to treat people, exactly. But they're not kind. They're not kind. Are you on Top Chat? No, I'm on Live Chat. Did I miss what you said? What did you say? I'm on Live Chat. I'm on Live Chat. Did you say something else? Of course, the Troons, joined by Unison Trade Union, turned up to counter-protest to drown out the women. Well, you know what it is? The fact that you're being drowned out by fake women, says you're not screaming loud enough. Women, it's very hard to drown. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I return to uni tomorrow, and I'm already dreading running into the red cadres in my class. Any tips? Don't go to uni. I would not go to uni. One of my sons went to uni, and the other one didn't. I don't know if you need to go to uni so you can go around saying I went to uni. I mean, I think my years were the last years. But maybe it wasn't because I was brainwashed into being a commie. At least we Jews do not drown out our women. I've been drowned out. I only meant Rackman was a famous landlord. No Jewish connection in my mind. Well, you got to be careful there. It's quite easy to drown out a group of women when you've got a load of loud-hailers. Well, you can just stand them. You know what you do? You just stand there quietly. Maybe with a sign that says we're being, you can't hear us. You can't hear us. Be kind means hate those whom you disagree, says Vatanai. That's basically true. It's effing bull. It's effing bull, yeah. I mean, and Donald Trump is against that. He's my man. Donald Trump is against troons. And he's against, it's that be kind stuff, really. Okay. So Darklands agrees with Vatanai. What did he say? He said, be kind means hate those whom you disagree. Yes, that's true. I went to uni for 15 years. I would have been better off doing carpentry. That is totally true. That is totally true. It's been an absolute waste, people. You know what? There is a place for a little bit of a uni, a little bit of it. But not the uni that we have now. 15 years, Judels asked. What were you doing? What were you doing at uni for 15 years? The thing about Paul is he's very smart. He's one of those, he's a big-brained, well-educated, smart English person. I'm saying that, and I mean it, but I'm not happy saying it. Be kind is a one-way street. Be kind means you're enabling them to kill you, to take away your pork, to cover your face. Be kind. To let them go into your bathrooms, to stop us from having children. I went to uni that long ago. It was free. So, yeah. Well, when did payment come in 1906, 2006? When was the payment? It's nice to be nice, Lewis. It is nice to be nice. If you're a good person, you let people take advantage of you and take you for a muck. You'll be destroyed, but you could at least feel good that you were a nice person. Okay, well, there you go, Warmelian. A little sarcasm there, but you're true. You can feel good. I didn't say anything. People work hard to buy their homes. Why pay rent to people when you could pay the same amount for a mortgage? Because you want to be able to leave in a moment's notice, basically. That's why you want to rent, because you don't know if you're going to like living in Nunhead. That's why you rent, because you don't want to have to be responsible if the plumbing goes. That's why you rent, because maybe the price will go down, which it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. That's why you rent. Buying is not all good, Janet. It's not all good, but I would buy you a house. I studied zoology for 10 years, then art and engineering. Not sure, well educated. Nowadays, you can do it all online. That's true. That is true. That's why comedy is so great, because you got to be smart in front of people. Good work, Darklands. My second year was the first year of fees. That's Tony, and it took me 24 years to pay it back. It's an outrage. It's an outrage. And women, why do they let women into the universities? Because they need to brainwash people, and because women can be easily convinced to pay the money. Because men were doing it. But I don't want to talk about it. We get loads of crap from our bosses about being kind to this group or that group, says Vantanai. Be nice to colleagues on Ramadan, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't want me to leave for Christmas Eve. Oh, I see. They didn't want you to take the day off or to leave early. Yeah. So they were not being kind. 25 years, that's mad. No, that's the way it is. It's mad. People who attend uni now will never pay off the debt in their lifetime. I don't know. I think my son owes 60,000 pounds. In fact, there are so many foreign students who come here, get degrees, then go back to their country. Never pay. Of course you can believe that. The country's become a soft touch. A soft touch. What did Noam say? Talk about a long-term investment. Talk about a generational debt is quite bleak. And Joodles agrees with you. It is really it's a bleak situation. A very bleak situation. Zoology has lots of women on courses. Lots of women. Well, it's because it's animals. And women love animals. Do they love men like Lewis Schaffer? No. They never will. People will attend uni. Will never pay it off. They'll never pay it off. And it's like it's a disincentive for working because you got to pay the money back. You got to pay the money back. Lewis, my son will never pay back his uni fees. Yeah, quite. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's like, it's the government should not be involved in education. Let the people decide. Do you agree with me? Let the people decide where they want to spend their educational dollars. I'm against even public schools to teach 8-year-olds. Okay, well, it's animals, and women love animals. Yeah, I said that. You do. Are you saying you don't love animals, Joodles? You don't? You're always talking about your goddamn cat. You love animals. Do women love fixing a two-stroke engine? No. Or something like that. They don't, but they love animals. Don't foreign students have to pay it up front? Cellaire asks. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. The unis love foreign students, though. They are charged 3 times as much. It's a scam to support woke college jobs. That's exactly right. It's like the NHS. NHS is a scam. The university system is a scam. I'm against it. A lot. Why do men study zoology then? Some do. Because it's a scam for men too. But it's more of a scam for women. Women study stuff that is not effective for making money. I'm sorry, isn't it true? We can Google it. Joodles. My daughter was in placement for 3 years doing 12 shifts to get a degree. She has a student loan and it will be years before it's paid back. But on the other hand, you borrowed money. When you borrow money, you have to pay it back. Most people do love animals, but if a girl is going to school, what are they going to study? They're going to study English literature, generational studies, and maybe zoology if they're a bit nerdy, possibly. Am I saying something that's offensive? The state should not be involved in school curriculum. It shouldn't be involved in anything to do with the schools, except calling the police when there's a riot. That's what the state shouldn't do any of that. No, says Russ, 1974, no university would have me. All through my stinking life, I've never been accepted anywhere. Even the sex offenders registry won't have me. And believe me, I've tried. Okay, well, I don't know if that's a great joke, Russ, but I'm having you. I'm listening to you. You are part of my world, Russ. Yes, Noam. It's a syllogism. And now I got to look up what a syllogism is. Again, and again. It's one of the... I've lost my mind. Joodles, I never knew you like cats. I love cats. Serious. Half the population likes cats. Everyone likes cats. Ping an email to Elon and get a job. Possibly it's true. You're still not getting any more kisses, Russ, after pulling that prayer stunt. Okay, it's some inside joke between the two of them. I don't even know what that is. I studied zoology because my maths was not good enough for physics, and I did economics, A level with science, and ecology has lots in common with economics. Nerd girls are great. Well, because girls are great. Or are they horrible? I think they're horrible. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Gnome Hunter says the only university degree that is not worth it is gender related. No, that they're all not worth the money. It's too much money. It's too much money. Everything else is great to do as long as you follow it up with a career. No, it's not. Women should not be in school. They should be having children. Doodles. No, I need kisses. If I don't get oh my God, she's begging for kisses. I'll give you kisses. Lewis, did you go to MIT? No, I went to SHIT. No, that's not true. I went to Bard College. You can look up the school that I went to. Lewis. No, I went to Bard College, Andy. The son of the last Shah of Iran has posted a video about the uprising. He is saying the end of the Ayatollah is near and international help is coming. Could the U.S. be hopefully, Alex says. Yeah, I mean, I hope let them fight themselves. They sat there and they let those people take over their country, and this is what you have to do. You can't expect to be saved. Who's gonna save? What's that song? Who's gonna save me? What song is that? Peter Boghossian says a lot of words like syllogism, but Norm Macdonald has a shaggy dog story with syllogism. Yeah, he's a bright guy. Did he go to university? Let's go check to see if Norm Macdonald went to university. Are we going to check that? Did Norm Macdonald go to university? Did Norm Macdonald go to go to college, as we call it in America? The answer is yes. He went to Carleton University where he studied mathematics and philosophy. He dropped out. He's a college dropout. He's a college dropout. Where he studied math philosophy before dropping out. Later, he also enrolled in Algonquin's College programs for journalism and broadcasting television. Yeah, he did manual jobs. There you go. So what is the answer? Do you see the answer to that question? He didn't go to university. Norm Macdonald was a genius in maths and graduated 2 years early. That's not what it said here. It said he didn't graduate. Show me where it says. This is in Wikipedia. It's 100% true. It's 100% true. Elon Gates is my kind of man, Carrie B. I'm such a size queen. What kind of size? The size of a man's whatever. We should get one of those white sorty Arab outfits for Lewis. He will fit in. The mullah of Fatistan. I want to be skinny Stan. I want the world to be skinny. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you... Go knock... Okay. He dropped out of college because he was picked out. Hold on. He dropped out because he was picked out. He picked on account of him being 2 years younger. So he started to... Still an excuse. Come on. I think... What do you think? You think at Carleton they got picking on people? I don't think that that's true. At Carleton. It's a prestigious, semi-prestigious school. I think that if you work in placement for a degree, it should be like an apprenticeship, and you shouldn't need a student loan. Yeah, of course you think that, because we all want to be given stuff. Give me stuff. That's what you're saying. I think there should be a degree in New York Jewishness, guilt and regret. There probably are people who've written papers on that. You could Google that yourself. It would take maybe a bit too long for me to. Vatanai. Google, look on the phone. He graduated from school, sorry. Well, he graduated from high school? We would say school could be college in America. We would say high school or elementary school. Bedtime. Okay. Elongates. Oh, elongates. Okay, okay. Why do you have to embarrass me? You're always embarrassing me. Nursing degrees got a 50% reduction in uni fees, Janet. That's sweet. That's sweet. It gets a 50% reduction for nurses. For nurses to tell people, you're not fat, don't worry about it. You need carbs in order for your brain to work. If you don't get carbs, your brain we don't need any nurses. We got too many nurses. We have too many nurses. We've got the people would live forever because smoking is down, and they would live forever if we only had like low carbs. I'm against nursing. So Norm was so clever, he graduated from school 2 years early. So he went to college, or university as you would call it, when he was 16. I mean, there are lots of kids who go to school when they're 16. Yes, high school, 2 years early. Okay. So he was 16 years old instead of 18. He went to university, and he dropped out of university. Should be free for nurses to train unless they come from abroad. You know what? They shouldn't come from abroad. We shouldn't be having nurses. I'm against nursing. I know your daughter's a nurse. I support her working, which is important, but I think it's a bullshit profession, basically. University numbers cut by 50%. Invest billions in savings into industry and tech and trades. Forget the Marxist uni camps. Corsi, I'm against that as well. Why should the government take our money? They should just basically cut university numbers by 50% and give the money and stop collecting the money. Pay off the debt and then give the money back to the people. I'm against nursing. I like nurses, but I'm against nursing. We have too many imported personnel, not too much personnel. No, we have too many personnels. You go to King's College Hospital, it's filled with fat, sick, ugly people. Fat people. And that's what's causing all the disease. Or the smokers or the drinkers. We've got to stop people. No, we don't have to. But people have to take care of themselves. What are you guys doing to be healthy? Look at how great I look. I mean, this doesn't look that good. Does that look good? I don't think it looks that good. I support her working. You just said that women should stay at home, not work. Yes, they should stay at home, not work until they're about 40 years old. You know, they should stay home and not work and take care of kids. And, but it's better if they work, but not working as a nurse. It's all big business now, Scott says Jules. What Tony Blair, spelled like it's an untruth, managed to do was move the money. Instead of government directly giving money to the unis, they lend it to the students instead. It will come back to bite. It will come back to bite. Well, you know what? I mean, in a way, it's better than giving money to the unis, because then the unis decide what to do with it. Let individuals decide what they do with it, and then they realize that it costs a lot of money, that they're taking money out of hardworking people's pockets. I'm a fully qualified chef. Spent 2 days at a catering college, says Corsi. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Okay, my head's up to his arse, as always. Oh, his head, my head. Yeah, I know you can disagree with me. It's a bit complicated. There's levels of things. I'd rather have a woman working in doing something that's helpful to the society. And nursing is not that. Maybe some nursing is, but most nursing isn't. Lewis, could be the second coming. Pick up your crutches and walk. Bring back Lazarus by putting in a diet. Where? I don't understand. Where would I put the diet in? Lewis, your new channel should be called Imagine. I'm against. I'm against it. You're right. I'm totally against it. Lewis, thank you, Carrie B. That's a good idea. Russ says, what do you call a cat who works with a nurse? A first aid kitty. A first aid kitty. Is that a box which has all the tools in it or something? Has all the medicines in it? Who else would be there aside from sick people, considering it's a bloody hospital? going there this Thursday, so I will confirm if it's true. You'll see the nurses are fat too. Well, which hospital are you going to? My hospital is filled with fat. It's getting less and less. But I mean, they were proper fat. Maybe they get discount drugs. They get discount Manjaro and Ozempic or whatever. I was hoping for a hot nurse for my op. Instead, I got a disciplinarian religious type. She looked after me though. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they look after you. Loose, grizzled skin is weight loss. Eating a healthy diet improves your skin. I'm also 68 years old, Corsai. Who's going to employ a 40-year-old woman with no experience? No one. No one, Joodles. But people should be home looking after. I'm sorry. I know this is a horrible thing. I should not talk about this. My daughter is a midwife, Joodles, and as far as I know, she didn't get a 50% discount. She's a midwife. Well, when is she going to become a full wife? How many years of education to become a full wife? Lewis, think it through. The money's still going to the unis. Yes, it is, but it's going through the pockets. Through the pockets, in the mind, slightly, of the students. And the students are thinking, I'm going to have to pay this back. And more they're thinking that. I like occupational therapists. Yeah, my mother had an occupational therapist back in at the Institute of Living in Hartford, Connecticut when she was there. Foreign students fast-tracked in. No student loan and given accommodation because they pay more money. They pay more money. I think that maybe that's the reason. What is there another reason other than that? Janet. I know a man who is married. You know, every show we talk about something different. Isn't that true? I know we're always undercut of carbs, but we talk about something different. I know a man who was married to a midwife. He tried to sell her on eBay, and the ad description was, can deliver. Okay, that's a good joke, Russ. Lewis, I get yelled at for laughing at your jokes, Russ. You know that. I got yelled at by my friend. Lewis wants to be against women, and Lewis wants to be against women in nurses' outfits. I mean, yeah, they're beautiful girls. Stress causes not only weight loss but weight gain. What is that in reference to? Yeah, but you know what causes weight loss? Not eating. That's been proven. I'm going to the genetics departments of guys at Tower Bridge. No, Hunter. It's huge from the looks of it. I'm sure I got lost at least once. The genetics department. Why? I don't believe in genetics. That's another thing I barely believe in. I barely believe in it. What if nurses are Picts and Jutes and Scots and Angles and Saxons? Should they be supported? No. Well, against foreigners who are nurses, yes. 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 But not, I mean, nurses, you got to see, it's just a scam. It's like hospital. It's like gender departments at universities. They're all leftists. My stepdaughter did, and she graduated 2024. Janet's laughing at Russ. Oh, I trained to be an occupational therapist too, at York. At York has a funeral cemetery department that supports digging up the dead. Shame on York University. They support digging up the dead. They call it I forget what it's called, but it sounds benign, but it's digging up dead bodies who have been buried there forever. Foreign students pay far more money and have to pay up front. That's why they take those all day long. They need the money, or they want the money. We all want money. I want money. Give me money up front. Speaking of money, go like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I know a man who made candles and sold them on eBay. It said candelabra. That's a joke. Candelabra. I know a man who made candles and sold them on eBay. It said candelabra. I don't get that joke either. What about male nurses? I mean, yeah, most nurses used to be male nurses, I think. They weren't, nurses were not quite as common as you think. Do you have a Patreon? We could sub you a health spa weekend. Yeah, you could do that. I do have a Patreon. Go Google Lewis Schaffer. My name is on the thing. Here it says Lewis, Lew. You can see the thing up here, Lewis Schaffer. You go on just Patreon or PayPal. How dare you go to the genetics department? No, that doesn't even exist. There is a bit of genetics in the world, but it's not the most important thing, I don't think. Maybe it is. I have the gene for good hair, but I have 5 genes for high blood pressure. For high blood pressure. I know you will call it a scam, but my mother is a BRCA positive, as is all of her mother's side families probably. And there's a chance I get cancer in life. I want to know it in advance. I got bad news for you, Noam. Bad news. Everyone's getting cancer. Everyone is getting cancer. You are going to get cancer. The number one thing you could do to prevent getting cancer is is um is don't eat carbs and get thin. Get really thin. Get really thin. Okay, let's get back on track here. I've never met a poor male nurse. All my experience of them are A-OK. I mean, you haven't met one who hasn't been good. Yeah, they could be good, and women nurses are good too. But we have too many of them. We have too many of them, and we're not taking care of ourselves. You people need to take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. My own hubris has brought me to this. How dare I fall for the delusions of Satan? Yes, exactly right, Noam. You've been told, your mother's going to get cancer. It's like all those people had their breasts cut off. What's her name? So ridiculous. It's just more like surgery for doctors to do. Most nurses did not used to be male nurses, Lewis. Jesus Christ. Well, Google that up. Why don't we Google that? I'm going to Google it right here. You ready to see what the answer is? Here we go. Let's go. Get ready, because here I come. Get ready. Were most nurses in the 19th century men? Let's see what it says. The answer is okay. It says no. It says no, but the answer is yes. Nursing transition from an informal task, they said informal, performed by men in specific context, to a formalized, prominently female profession. So the answer is yes. Were there male nurses in 1890? Because women took it over. Women took it over, and they said no, it's for women. And women wanted to do it because they wanted to meet the men. They wanted to fall in love with the doctor. With a doctor. So the answer is yes. They say no, but that's Google, because Google's lying, whatever. Artists and creators, as they live out their passions, buy the stream a coffee. Yes, Ko-fi, buy the stream. Thank you very much, Noam. I appreciate that so much. Was the wax from his ears for the candles? I don't get what the joke was. Candelabra? What is that? I mean, your mom has this gene, which is associated, but association is not cause. And you never know what it is. It's like, I mean, so you got to be careful with correlation, I call it, correlation, association, risk, or risk of, or linked to. I guess if you want any nurses, you're going to have to be men cuffy. In Lewis's world, he'll be devastated when he gets to the hospital. I mean, I don't think you can trust women to be loving. And that's what you want from a nurse. Is Google lying to you again? Yes, it lies. It lies to everybody. It'll say no, and then it'll say yes. I mean, maybe I'll look under Grok. I'll ask Grok the question. And maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I just made that up. I didn't know for sure. I don't know for sure, but I'll ask Grok. Let's see what Grok says. Okay, how do I do this? Let me figure out how to do this. Okay, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. How can I speak into this thing? Oh, there we go. Grok, were most nurses in the 19th century America male or female? Grok. Let's see what the answer is. If I asked it right, I'm not sure. I don't know. Google, yes, Joodles. Google is lying to me. I don't know. I don't know how you can be friends with me. I think it's something you do by 17%. I once saw a nurse after a night shift who had fallen asleep on the road, leading to a roundabout. Bless her. Yeah, it's a very hard job. It's a very hard job. Sorry. That was 91% female, rose to 98. Were you wrong? Sorry, Jews. No problem, Lewis. Don't worry about it. What did I say that was wrong? Where is the answer to the question? I maybe asked the world that question. I haven't gotten an answer from Grok. Why do we need to ask AI that? We all know they were mainly women back then. No, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. It depends what we're talking about in a hospital. I remember meeting a bloke. Nobody went to hospitals back then. They didn't even have hospitals barely. Whose nickname was Willie. His name was Peter Nurse. Initial made him P Nurse. P Nurse. P Nurse. Lewis. Why are you always generalizing? Why are you always generalizing about Lewis? There's two Lewises there. Because all knowledge is generalizations. How can you have an argument with somebody unless you come from a point of generalization? Is Judith yelling at you, Mr. Cuff? What did Mr. Cuff say? I remember me. Okay. Why am I always generalizing about women? Because women are different than men. And that difference, vive la difference. Vive la difference. Vive la difference. That's what education and knowledge is the difference between us and them, between me and you. Wow, you have a whatever it is, it's a difference. I'm incorrigible, Cuffy. I'm laughing away to myself over here. You're a good laugher, Joodles. Angelina Jolie liked animals. She had great breasts, but she let them go. What did she? Yeah, she gave them up. She had her boobs through surgery cut off. Okay. Would you rather have a hot female nurse or a hot man? I like nurses, kind of, but that's supposedly the loosest sexually of all the people. Yeah, are nurses. Nothing personal, but they're nurses and teachers and cops. Nurses and teachers and cops. Would you rather have a nurses and yeah? Name some wars that Jews did not start. Sharp. We started them all. We won them all because we're super powerful, Sharp, and I know your thing. And if you have any animosity towards the Jews, we're going to hunt you down and do something. I can't even say what we're going to do because we're all powerful. I know what you're doing. So you should be afraid of me, because I know the Jews. I am a Jew. I'm going to call up and we're going to get Sharp 1977. And you're almost 50 years old. You're almost 50 years old. This is tougher than in my MA theory trying to outwit Lewis. I don't know. Nico DeSanto and Paul Cox on GB News. Yeah, there you go. You got to play the long game in this world. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I won't be back. I hope I haven't said anything bad about GB News. I don't think I have. I just that tweet. Did that make sense in your head? You're always generalizing about women because they are different from men. Yes. We want to know, why are you different? I want to know, what is a woman more likely to do than a man? I see people from England, and you want to know, well, what is an English person more likely to do? What is an English person from Plumstead more likely to do than an English person from Lincolnshire, whatever? You want to know the differences. Don't we all want to know the differences? Lewis, not all women are the same, just like men. They're not, but we're making a generalization. There can be exceptions. And then you want to find out, well, why are they the exceptions? Women don't like generalizations. I've said this before. They don't like it. Men like it, because that's point proved. Yes. I am part of the group that declares war on people. Sharp, where are you from? Are you fat? How old are you? Are you a man or a female? In your attempts to be a reactionary, sometimes you end up sounding stupid, Lewis. I don't fucking give a shit if I sound stupid. I'm not taking the piss. Don't tell, I'm not taking, Joodles. You are putting Sharp's life in danger because he's messing with the Jews, and he knows how powerful the Jews are. We've started every single war ever. So, don't tell them, oh, the Jews are all right. That's how people get into trouble. Make it snow in Miami. We can do that too, but they're not our enemy yet. But we made it snow in Gaza. I made it snow. I called him up. I said, make it snow. And because I'm a Jew, this is what happened. I'd love to see Lewis on Mastermind. He'd argue with the host about some answer. I would. I'd argue with anybody. I used to say I would argue with Mother Teresa about how to help poor people in Bangladesh. I mean, this is, or whatever she was, Calcutta. Yes, I would argue. Most of us would. It's one. I don't believe in the lies, and you don't believe in my shit. Do you believe in what I'm saying all the time? Okay, there we go. It's one of those nights, so I'm at. Oh, you know what? I'm blocking you, Alfie. I'm blocking you. Or maybe I'm not blocking you. I want to block you. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Jews starting war. You know why we don't talk about it? I don't know who this guy. Who is Sharp? Who is Sharp? I don't know what it is. Lewis, you argue with your reflection. Yes, I would argue with my reflection. If I'm saying something that's wrong. No, a generalization. All intelligence is a generalization. I'm saying we're men nurses in the 1800s. I say yes, they are. And if I'm right, it's a fact. If I'm wrong, it's wrong. Taking out an innocence, a classic IDF move. Mossad very busy in Iran now, helping the people, Eugene DeVere says. I think they should stay out of it, really. I think they should stay out of it. Mother Teresa had a theology of suffering. She thought that they should suffer and didn't want to alleviate it. Christopher Hitchens exposed it. Yeah. I had a girlfriend who was working for RAI, which was the Italian. I'm not going to say who it was, but she hung out with Mother Teresa when Mother Teresa came to New York. I don't remember what year that was. No, Lewis, all knowledge is not a generalization. Most of it is precisely the opposite. It's saying, it's putting things into categories, it's putting labels on things. That's what knowledge is. How do you love Bangladesh so much, Lewis? You're going to Bethnal Green. Why do you love Bangladesh so much, Lewis? You're going to Bethnal Green, which is mini Bangladesh. Yeah, it is. Well, that whole area there. That whole area. That whole area. I mean, what is knowledge? Knowledge is an understanding of the world. What is an understanding of the world? It's an understanding of the history and what people have done in the past. From what I know, Joodles, Mother Teresa was a horrific woman. Yeah, she wasn't even from. What country was she from? Mother Teresa Joodles. Here's an interesting question. I think she got a grant that doesn't need to be paid back. RAI was the state broadcasting corporation of Italy for many years. If that's one you were on about, no, yeah, she worked. She was following her around, doing a news report on Mother Teresa. She told me bad things. Can't stay out. Israel and Iran, ancient allies for thousands of years. That it's not Israel and Iran. It's Israel and the Islamic controllers of Iran. The people of Iran don't hate Israel. They don't hate Israel. That's why Israel is taking the side of the rioters, not just because they're anti-Muslims. I don't think. Yeah, Janet. It was 5,000 pounds per year. So what country, here's the trick question. Why don't you Google this? What country was Mother, do you even remember? You guys are old enough to remember her. What country was she from, Mother Teresa? Yes, that's right. That I know what country she's from, but you're helping people out. No, Hunter. Iranian leaders were all previously wiped out. The ones now are their understudies. Most have fled, or a good number are being killed by the Iranian people. Yes. I mean, it's not going to be easy to control the country, but when the country turns, they will turn, and it'll be just probably pretty bad afterwards. It won't be all joy. Generalizations are useful so people can rationalize things they don't quite understand, or explain things that they didn't understand and they understand it now. Romania, close, but no, Eugene, no. Turkey, says Andrew Rubin, close, but that's not the country. Should I spill the beans? Don't spill the beans. Let them come up with it. You be cheating. I was asking Joodles. Let Joodles take a minute and Google it. Oh, your girlfriend worked in broadcasting. I thought you had made a nun renounce her vows. No, she just followed her around. I don't know if she. I know. I don't like people who help other people. I like bitterness and hostility. She still owes loads. This is Janet is talking about her daughter, who's a nurse, which is brilliant. Brilliant. When Mother Teresa died, Elton John released sandals in the bin. Okay, good one. Good joke. Good joke, Carrie B. Good joke. Okay. The double-headed eagle, the black one, Albania. You're telling everybody, in other words, she was suddenly in Calcutta, I don't know if she's from Mass. She's from Albania. So I'm gonna give the points to Darklands and maybe an extra point to Andrew for being involved in this. Corsai says, beware of the do-gooder. And that's what I'm trying. I'm saying, yes, beware of somebody beware of the kind people. And I'm going to tell you why I know the things that I say actually may bother some of you. You know, but you have to say what's on your mind. When I go to the toilet, I use a candle for the wind. Paul Yoward. Okay, that's good too. It's good too. But every time I laugh, I'm thinking of Paul Ricketts telling me I shouldn't be laughing at your horrible jokes because he's a professional comedian. It's just awful, Jan. Our lasses are in a much better position than most. It's billions per year that's being lent, and poor kids are being nobbled. Exactly right. But they're poor kids. They'll probably never make enough money to pay it back. And then there'll be a revolution. But they knew what they were getting in for. Albanians are Muslims, says Alex. That's true. They are Muslims. Not as Muslim as other countries, but they are Muslims. She went to India as part of the humanitarian mission. They used to be Christians, and they were converted. She went to India as part of a humanitarian mission of her creed. Not that she had any connection to them. Yeah, okay. She maybe should have spent time in Albania and helping those people out. They were dirt poor for all those years. Now, one of the poorest countries in the world. I read a book about Mother Teresa, Lewis. This is Carrie B saying this. She was such a cunt to nurses. Yeah, she had an attitude. But get ready for this. Most women don't like working for women bosses. Do you? Do you like working for women's bosses? She was a woman. She was probably afraid of her position. And I love Margaret Thatcher, but she was horrible to other women. Was she not? She didn't have any women in her cabinet. I'm a nun, says Russ. I can prove it because on my ID card it says occupation, and it says none. Okay, that's more of a spoken joke, but it's a good joke. Who is the bleeding hell is Paul Ricketts? Sounds like an illness. Yeah. I'm back home now. Pie Wacket was waiting for me on the table. Pie Wacket. Photo on Lewis's ex. Let's see what the photo is. What's a Pie Wacket? What is a Pie Wacket? I've got no answer to the question. Oh, is that your cat? Oh, look at that. I like the table, really. I like the table a lot. I like the chair also, what I could see of it. Really nice. I generally don't like cats that furry, but it's a beautiful cat. Cats are lovely. Cats are lovely. Thank you, Vatanai. I once refused breakfast by a nun, literally gave the last crumbs of toast to a skaghead. Well, maybe you look successful, I don't know. True. My mother said this, says Eugene DeVere. What did she say? Why Alfie being blocked? I didn't block him. Because he was upset with this conversation. It wasn't interesting enough to him. Have you read about the global R word of nuns, Caribbean, mother superiors, pimping them out, and they have nowhere to turn? I could believe it. Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with a nun that I could remember having a conversation with a nun. Oh, good point. Okay, so I was wrong about that, Gnome Hunter. The Catholic Church was not allowed to operate in Albania until the mid-90s. She died in 97, so it would be impossible. Okay, good point. Women, okay, this maybe can start an argument here. I love these arguments. Leonardo Johnny, the anti-Semitic comic, is of Albanian extraction and is Catholic. Is she anti-Semitic? That's what I can sense. He hasn't been, Janet. Lewis just threw the head. I haven't been. What does that mean? I haven't been. I haven't been where? Where? My birth certificate is signed by a Dr. Ricketts, maybe related. He always thought it was a bad name for a registrar, Ricketts. Well, yeah, could be. What does it mean, Ricketts? Women are jealous of other women's appearance, and therefore it creates a bias and hostility in the workplace, says Russ. It could do that. Women hate women bosses. Eugene DeVere. Yeah. Lewis Pie Wacket was a Siamese cat of Kim Novak in the film Bell, Book, and Candle. Okay, I did not know that. Carrie B, I appreciate you telling me that. If I don't know something, I don't know something. That's what makes me great. That's why I'm one of the greatest people on earth, because I tell you that I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Lewis. Okay. Tell that to Margaret Thatcher, Queen Elizabeth, or Boudicca, maybe, Eugene DeVere. The women aren't good bosses. They could be good bosses. They can be, but women complain about them, but they complain about everybody. The table and chairs are by Urkel. They belong to my late mother and father. My wife loves that song. It's 50s, whatever it is. It's a G plan, it looks like. I don't know. Is it? Is it? That's enormous generalization, Eugene. I've had several women bosses, and most are great. You know what? I've heard that too. There's always some woman saying my boss was great, but I've heard a lot saying she was horrible. She was horrible. I knew a Sister Amadeus in York at Morehouse. Nuns get to pick their names, and she liked Mozart. So she called herself Sister Amadeus. Amadeus, Amadeus. Da, 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 da. Rickets is, I know rickets is a disease, but I mean, how is it named? I don't know anything about it. What is it? Vitamin D deficiency is rickets. No, it's not vitamin D. It's a B1 deficiency. Could it be B1? The engineering, it's a sun deficiency, possibly. In engineering, women bosses, Paulie, are terrible. They mostly congratulate themselves. They are simultaneously women and engineers. They're able to do both things. I had 2 lady bosses. Should we not discuss this? Let's ask the women if we should be discussing this. Okay, I had 2 lady bosses and 1 man. The man and the lady were chill. The other lady was a bit of a CNT, says no. It's generalization night to night. Yes, every night should be. Or you want to tell personal stories, which lead to generalizations. North Macedonia, Janet. Is that where she comes from? Anita Roddick was excellent female boss, but the only one, says Eugene DeVere. Lewis, brilliant film by James Stewart. It's about a man trying to research about witches but can't find them, although they are right under his nose. Jack Lemmon also stars. Okay. So when was this, 1960s, when they were old? Can you tell me who wrote that? Was that who's the famous guy? Who I've never read anything, The Broom and the Candlestick, whatever the other one is. I watched a porn documentary, and a male porn star said he had sex with 25 women in one scene, and all the female porn stars did was argue with each other. He said he will never work with women. I guess that's a joke. Jules likes Eugene's joke. What did he say that was funny? Anita Roddick was an excellent female boss. I don't understand. Did she do something wrong? Anita Roddick. It's hard for Jewish women. It's hard for Jews to be bosses because we also have to plan every world war. Where did Sharp go? I think he might have been. Can we check and see who he was? I also put a photo of Wackett on Discord. We named him from the woodcut of the witch and her families. Okay. Joni is ethnically Albanian. She was born there too. I think she was born. I don't think she was. I think she was born. I looked her up. Can I check to see where she was born? Where was she born? Let's just see where what's her name? What is her name again? What is Joni's last name again? Let me check. Leonarda Joni. Yeah. Let me see where she was. Where she was born. Leonarda Joni, born where? She's originally from New York City. Where in New York? Famous birthdays. Let's see what it says. Originally born in Albania, raised in New York City. She's from Albania. Is that true? She came illegally. Does she have citizenship? She's really funny. She's really, really funny. Let's see what it says about Lewis Schaffer. I'm getting I'm getting distracted. Pay attention to me here, Lewis Schaffer. What does it say about me? There's not enough information about me here. It's all been edited out, but not everything's been edited out. It says I was assaulted. That's not true. You know what I mean? It's like people you can't believe anything you read. Appears regularly on GB News. I'm gonna have to edit this thing. If you guys are not gonna edit this thing, then I'm gonna have to edit it. I won the Malcolm Hardy Cutting a Stunt Award for persuading the list that I'd be sponsoring the Edinburgh. I mean, I've done a lot of interesting things. I didn't suggest that disabled people. I joked, either by starvation of shooting them. After his comments received black, basically, I'm going to have to edit it out. I'm going to say, Lewis Schaffer, your Wikipedia page is quite short. You should provide me with proof, and I can write it for you. You might have to check for what kind of proof. Joni is getting married to Dale Quinn. He's also, oh my God, he is so funny. And she is pretty anti-Semitic on X, what seems to be a serious way, but she has hired Nico DeSanto, who is very pro-Israel. So who knows? She's very funny. I agree with you, Paul Yoward. I just have to ignore the Jewish jokes. But some of the Jewish jokes are really funny. And that's the thing about comedy. You got to, you can't like everything about somebody. Everybody is an anti-Semite, practically. Everybody is. Hold on a second. Let me just see. Why is this thing like this? Why is this thing window capture? Where is this? The display capture? Is that this? That's not it. Okay. I mean, it's like this stream. Oh my God, we're running out of time. It's like this stream. If you like everything about me, there is something wrong with you. That's what I have to say. What's happening here? If you like everything about me, there's something wrong with you. And I don't like everything about Leonardo, but Lewis, put my name in Karen Beanie, then click on images. Okay, careful. I'll be knocking on your door next. You don't want that to happen, but I'm going to do it anyway. Do you want to show everybody? Do you want me to show it? You want me to do it, or you want me to do it privately? I didn't know you said that, Lewis. Actually, funny. Obviously, you didn't mean it. What did I say? Yeah, it was a joke. It was a joke. I mean half of it now. I don't think disabled people should be killed. Some disabled people should be killed, but not all disabled people. Say, Karen. Whoops. Karen Beanie. I'm glad. Is this you? There's Sarah Beanie. Is this right? I don't know. Wait, no, I don't know where it is. Hold on. I'm losing control of the thing. I got a thing about fat women. Quinn is not a racist, but he does race jokes that misdirect and are very funny. Black folks and Hispanics go to his show and laugh. Liberals get offended on behalf. Yes, that's true, Paul Yoward. But how do you know someone is racist? I don't even believe in racism. Am I a racist because I don't even believe in it? I believe these are generalizations. All jokes. This is why women cannot be comedians, generally speaking. Because number one is all jokes are generalizations. And you say, you don't believe in general. Karen, what is your, I can't find your name. Where is it? Beanie, Karen Beanie. Let's see if we can find it. Karen Beanie. Where are you? Where is, I don't know where you are. Where are you? It doesn't have it here. I don't know. You send me the link. Send me the link, Karen, because I definitely want to see it. I definitely want to see it. Anyway, I definitely want to see it. Here is the point. The point is, we all have horrible, horrible thoughts. We all do. All you women out there, all you women have horrible, horrible thoughts when you think. When you think. I have horrible, horrible thoughts. Okay? Yeah, hopefully not all my thoughts are horrible. I wasn't suggesting killing or starving or shooting those people. But according to, it was a joke. And then after I said the joke, I said, you know what? Some of them I'm not happy with. I'm racist because I don't want all those illegal people coming here and staying in hotels. Well, yeah, exactly. When you say I hate people because of people hate people at times because they don't look like we look, right? Like I hate somebody because they don't look like me, but I also go, wow, I love you. You don't look like me. But looks is such a very small thing. It's like my girlfriend who had dreads, and I'd never gone out with a girl with dreads, and I thought it was disgusting, the dreads, but I got used to her, and I liked her, and now if I see a girl in dreads, which you very rarely see anymore, it reminds me of her, and I get a warm feeling. The funniest thing about Leonardo Johnny is her persona is basically a New York Jew, which is why she's one of the funniest women since Joan Rivers. She is too smart. She too is smart, having studied philosophy to a higher level. She is smart. I hope she's smart. I hope it's not an act that she's taken over. Someone's written for her. She doesn't seem that way. Yeah. Leonardo Joni is a funny woman 10 minutes ago. Now women aren't good comedians. Women can be good comedians, but they're not. They can be as funny as men. Here's a joke that I used to tell all the time. They can be as funny as men, but I'm not listening. I'm not listening, and I don't care. That's the problem with being a woman comedian, is I'm not listening, and it's really hard to get a man to listen to a woman. It's hard to get a man to listen to another man. If you want to know, it's not easy to be a comedian. It's not easy. The people, maybe they go there wanting to laugh, but then they look at you and they go, here's some old Jewish guy from New York. I'm not going to laugh at this guy. Or maybe some of them are thinking they're going to, and then they're disappointed in me. Judel says, well, I don't know, Russ, because I've never been on the inside of a man's head, but we're nowhere near as violent. So I'm assuming we don't think like you do. Exactly true. Well, why? If you're not as violent, why are you not as violent? Because you're not us. Okay, I'm going to go through the list here, and I'm going to thank everybody for being here. And I'm also going to, hold on a second, I'm also going to, who can guess how many people have been in the stream tonight? How many people? What's the top number? The top number. The height. I don't know what that's called. The apex of the show. How many of you? What is the apex of the show? And then I'm going to thank everybody for being in here. How many? Okay. We'll go over the list. Top fans. Okay. I think some of the people I haven't seen say anything, so I'm not going to mention their names. I've got to actually see. Number 21 is Alex. Is there. Ulrich is 19. Russ is 18. Sharp, whoever he is, he's probably could be a troll. He is he's at 17. Eugene DeVere is at 16. MC Scott is at 15. Mormelian's at 14. Andy's at 13. A big round of applause for Andy for coming in. Corsai, he's a good participant. Alfie Cap, I'm a bit angry at him. If you want to leave the stream, just say I'm leaving the stream. I'm leaving the stream. Don't say you're leaving. Just leave. Just leave. Just pack a bag. Come back anytime. I forgive you. Thank you for being here. If you can only come for 5 minutes of a show, you just come, whatever this is, the stream, come in. And if you gotta go, you gotta go. But say hello when you come in. Andrew Rubin is 10. Stuart H is 9. Judos. I thought you'd be higher today, but you're at 8. Carrie B. We've got to find the pictures of Carrie B. Is 7. Darklands is 6. Janet is 5. The ladies right there. Big pack of ladies. Right there. The women. Vatanai is 4. And now the top 3 places. Mr. Cuff is 3. Paul is 2. And No Munter is 1. So this has been our show. It's been a really good show. I want to thank you. I don't know if it's been a good show. If I've offended people. Who knows what the top number is? Anybody know what the top number is? Write the top number on the bottom. 50 ways to leave. Yeah, there are 50 ways. Just don't tell me you're leaving. I'm so insecure. Lewis, maybe you can give your verdict on the Natalie Cuomo freakout video. I didn't see that. It only goes on for a couple of minutes. Basically, she is not funny, freaked out because she ran out of material. There have been times I have not been funny. Every comedian has not been funny. I saw Dave Chappelle walk an entire audience. In the club that I was running, sort of running. So it's not easy to be funny. I was at work. 27, says Carrie B. Janet says 28. This is the peak number. So it's not the number of people who viewed it, which is, you could also guess that question. Maybe we can do that tomorrow. So how many people? Anybody else? You work with loons, Vatanai, just like us. Everybody works with loons. I was at work apart from the last hour. I had you on the surgery. My workmate thought you were funny and interesting. Okay, that's nice. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, that's what I'm trying to be. I love comedian Jessica Curson. I don't really know her that well. I don't know her at all. Prince Andrew, favorite number is 12. Okay, it's a Prince Andrew. Anybody else want to guess what the number is? Anybody here? Anybody here? We've had a good show. We've had basically the same number of people through most of the show. We haven't lost anybody, and we've kept the people. Kept the people. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. I'm going to keep the stream on for 2 minutes. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, probably. Oh, no, 5:30. I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30. At 5:30. Go to Twitter to find out what it is. Can you do that? What else do I need to say? Make sure you like and subscribe, number 1. Number two, if you want to make a contribution, it's really, really, really appreciated. Not that I deserve it, but, I appreciate it. So if you could do that, that would be great. You can go to Patreon at Lewis Schaffer, PayPal at Lewis Schaffer. Remember to go to Discord and talk about this and say that's really wrong. I don't like what's in Lewis Schaffer. I don't like everything that Lewis Schaffer's mind is. I don't like everything that's in Lewis Schaffer's mind. I say these things because I think it also makes interesting conversation for us to be talking about, basically. So that's this. Okay. I work for an out-of-hours GP service. I drive the doc, says. Yes, he does. So I'll see you later. Everybody's great. Ulrich, thank you. Vatanai, thank you. Everybody. This has been the best stream ever. Not just the best of me doing it. Ever. The best stream of any stream. Any stream. And you are in the ground floor here. So thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll see you at 5:30. 5:30. I'm going to change the time on this. 5:30 tomorrow.